Hello again, everybody, and welcome to ABL Basketball here on the Star Hub as we bring you playoff action of the quarterfinals, Game 3 between the visiting Macau Black Bears and the hometown Singapore Slingers from here at the OCBC Arena here in the Lion City of Singapore. So it comes down to this as we look confirmation of our teams and their records, including their playoff game, 17-11 for Singapore, 15-13 for the Macau Black Bears. The rubber game, that's what it comes down to after that 80-78 victory, unlikely victory actually in Macau for the Black Bears over Singapore. As we look at the brackets, Mono Vampires, well, they've already punched their way into the playoffs, defeating the first seed Formosa Dreamers 2-0, a sweep. Saigon Heat and CLS, they're knotted up at 1 apiece, and likely on the other side, the Hong Kong Eastern team defeating San Miguel, Alab, Pilipinas, the number 2 seed, also a sweep. And the game here, Singapore and the Black Bears knotted up at 1-1. Singapore winning the game a week ago. As we look at some history, Singapore Slingers, remember, swept in the quarterfinals by Mono Vampire. Chon Song Kung Fu advanced to the semifinals. They were defeated by Mono Vampire 0-2. So Mono Vampire immediately going to the finals, and Hong Kong going to the finals and being defeated last year by San Miguel, Alab, Pilipinas in that sweep of the series as well. Hello, everybody. Chuck Schreiner and Scotty McKinney. So happy you can spend part of your Sunday afternoon with us for the ABL quarterfinals, the finest ticket in town, at least here in Singapore and probably around Southeast Asia. Again, as we look at the very reflective Xavier Alexander on the bench, trying to get inside his own head. And as we look at the other team on the other side, the Macau Black Bears in black, they pull off that victory 80-78 because of Mike McKinney. You can see them with the bun hairstyle there in the middle, only slight, 6 feet tall, about 160 pounds, but man, he can play. He led the league in scoring, averaging over 27 points a game. And we will be introducing the teams here in just a minute. First of all, the Hong Kong Black Bears. And we'll look at all their team first of all before we get over to the Slingers. We'll look at their role players first. Actually, we're going to look at their starting players first. There is DeWarwick Spencer. DeWarwick Spencer, a pickup right after Tucker went down with the injury. And man, what a job he has done in regular season, average 28.7 points a game. We look at the big man there, Ryan Watkins, 6'9", 229 center, averaging 21.7. And there is Mike McKinney. A lot of people think that he's the MVP in the league, average over 27 points a game. The scoring leader, Chan, Liu, and the rest. The starting player today will be Derek King. Now remember, last week when we were here, Tian Ziong Tian started for Macau. He will not be here because of a family emergency, so our condolences go out to Tian wherever he is. And we look at the coaching staff. That is Mu Jian Sin, one of the coaches for the Macau Black Bears. And on the other side of the ball, here we come, the Singapore Slingers. Crowd still filling up here, as usual, fashionably late here in the Lion City of Singapore. We will look at all the players. There is number 1, Jun Lim, the defensive specialist. He will be introduced first. 21 years of age, 5'8", 172-pound guard. Tan Ding Lun, number 6, 24-year-old 6-foot guard also, 183 pounds. Larry Liu, number 11, 25 years of age as well. And there is another one of the substitutes for Singapore Slingers. Kelvin Lim, by the way, number 22, has hurt. He fractured his arm. There is Larry Liu. So 22 will not be in the game today. Larry Liu, one of the sharpshooters, a very streaky type of player. Don't be surprised to see him enter the game. And here comes the guy who has been really shooting very well, Ung Han Bin, number 17, 6'4", 29 years of age, 189 pounds, average 8.4 points a game. Another guy, Russell Lowe, a role player. He can play the number 4 or number 5 position for the Slingers. He will come in and give Delvin Go, who will be starting the game, number 23, a blow. Here is the young guy, V. Lavin Raj, number 55, 18 years of age, 6'7", 306 pounds. And the other players for Singapore, there is Desmond O. He has been with the Slingers since the word go, 32 years of age, and he scored 9 points, 3 threes last year. John Fields, good season for him, up amongst the league leaders in rebounds. He's averaged over 11 rebounds a game, averaging just under 22 points. Jaron Young, one of the more athletic players in the league, averaging over 20 points a game. He had 19 points a game in that losing effort against Macau on Wednesday night. And Xavier Alexander, a crowd favorite, averaging 21.7 points a game, 8 rebounds and 7.7 assists, almost a triple-double every time, or is a threat for a triple-double every time he comes out on the floor. There is Delvin Go. What a player he has been. He was shut out last game against Macau. They did a good job of keeping him away from the basket, but last Sunday he had 18 and 8 here, so look for him to get back into the action. So there the two teams are, and they will spread out and shake hands and come out fighting. Scott McKinnon, these are two teams that are a little bit different, as we'll talk about that in a minute. But let's talk about the coaches and the players. They met with us before the game. Let's listen to some of their comments.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad, but, you know, sometimes it happens. We never really take care of business over there, but we come back to game 3. I think we are pretty confident with that.
I think that was also one big key that we won the game. We have to reduce points from the local players. And Delvin played excellent first game. We allow them way too many opportunities to score. He gets, I think, 7 offensive rebounds. That hurt us very much. And yeah, we have to do it this game the same, that he doesn't get easy opportunities to score.
As far as the MVP talk, I try not to, worry about as much. I try to just continue doing what I've been doing the last 4 years, and that's trying to do everything possible for my team to win. And whatever it is, if it's guarding Mike tonight or whatever the case, that's what I'm here to do. MVP talk, I try not to worry about too much about it.
And a very, very humble Xavier Alexander. As we look at the starting 5 for the Macau Black Bears, Jarrett King, remember he replaces Tion, Ryan Watkins, Michael McKinney, the scoring leader in the ABL, Ziao, number 25, and DeWarwick Spencer, the shadow man there, and he hasn't been a shadow on the court at all. As we said, filling up to the tune of 28.7 points a game. He is a threat from outside, as is all of these Black Bears, and none better than this guy here, Michael McKinney. He can do it from anywhere. Watch this. Right across the gut of the defense with a little sky hook. He's only 6 feet tall, remember. Here he is, getting past Desmond O. Little pump fake against Delvin Go. Inside with the left hand. He is wicked with the either hand. As a plethora of moves, there he is in the open court, en route to 2 of his 25 points, and he had 13 assists also, so he's not just a shooter. We look at the starting 5 for the Singapore Slingers, and then we'll go with the same 5 that they have traditionally gone with the entire season. Jaron Young, the athletic one we talked about, he's gone off of the points against different teams this year. His high points 37. Desmond O, Xavier Alexander, Delvin Go, and John Fields. Xavier Alexander, he is a guy that we want to keep a watch on. If you're a Singapore Slinger fan, or if not, he can do it all. As we said, he's a threat for a triple-double every time he comes into the game. There he is, getting away from a defender against the Black Bears. 27 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists in that last game. Then in the open court, off the pass, the feed from Jaron Young. Very athletic also when he gets the ball. Watch this. Little fade back jumper there for 2, nothing but net over Spencer. So Xavier Alexander and Michael, those are the 2 guys that we have to look out for. Michael McKinney, of course, averaging 27.7 points a game. And we said before, he is the scoring champion in the ABL. Well, 80-78 was the final score, and McKinney had a lot to do with that, weaving his way in between 2 defenders, not once, not twice, but almost all evening. It takes more than one player to cover him, and there was a game winner with 0.8 seconds left on the clock, getting in between Fields and Alexander. That is a game winner. And another angle at it right there in the lane as we get ready to do it here at the arena, at the OCBC Arena. Chuck Schreiner and Scott McKinnon, so happy you could join us as the fans are ready, and it is almost a full house of fans still streaming in here, Scotty. So the referees are ready, the fans are ready. I hope you are ready at home. Game number 3, the rubber match, the winner of this game going into the semifinals. Watkins will jump it up against Fields. There is Michael McKinney, the diminutive one, diminutive only in size, but not when he gets on the floor. He is tremendous. He is a guy that can get it going for the Macau Black Bears. So without further ado, the referee's getting ready to toss it up. Let's do it here at the OCBC Arena. Scotty, right away, that's a matchup that is going to be featured all game long, Fields and Watkins.
Yeah, look for the Slingers to attack in the interior to start with John Fields. Scored 70 points in game one from interior, shooting 66%, and that was the difference in that game.
And as you said, Scotty straight at Jaron Young, and Jaron Young taking the short route to the basket. Little L-shaped cut move on that right baseline. So 2-0 Singapore drawing first blood. Here is McKinney. McKinney on that left-hand side gets the ball into Watkins. Watkins going man-to-man against Fields. Out comes Alexander on McKinney. Somebody's got to be open. Wide open look from the left is good. And that was King. Check that, number 20. Yes, it was Derek King. He had a good game for Macau last game in Macau. So 3-2 in favor of Macau. Desmond O yo-yoing down that right-hand side, getting the ball over to Jaron Young. Desmond pops it from the free throw line, no good. Watkins there to clean it up, 1 and out. Back comes McKinney and company down that left-hand side. Now they switch sides. DeWarwick, Spencer there with the left hand. Wide open look from that right side again from 3. If it goes, it does not. Shot there by Liu Zihao, played with the CBA for all those years for Guangzhou. Delvin Go immediately trying to get more active, and like that aggressive move, Scotty, going straight to the rack. He will go the line for 2 on the miss.
And you talked about it, Chuck. Delvin Go in the first game had 18 points and 8 rebounds and was completely dominant. In game number 2, 0 points and 4 rebounds. The Slingers need to continue to attack that interior. It doesn't matter if it's in transition, doesn't matter if it's offensive rebounds, it doesn't matter if it's through the post, through Go and Fields. They are successful when they start inside-outside.
See who the foul is that will go on Liu, number 25. For a minute, I thought it might be Watkins, and Macau want to be very, very careful not to get Watkins in foul trouble. Remember, last week here, he had 3 fouls in the first half. Never fouled out, but that does put a crimp in your style. 1 of 2 there. Singapore shot 83% from the line on Wednesday night. McKinney again, there's a double team. Reaching in, and a foul that will go on Desmond O for the reach.
And then there's the Slingers again. Every time they shoot a foul shot, generally they come into that 1-2-2 half-court trap with Jaron Young at the top of it, the most athletic player, just trying to cause some disruption, take away some of that shot clock. And again, it added a little different element, a little different look that Macau now has to think about.
That's right, trying to send a message to Michael McKinney that he is not going to have the room to roam around like he did last game in Macau. McKinney, right-hand dribble, finds a space in the lane, back outside to Liu with the shot. Front rims that one, no good. Off it goes. Nice job by Delvin Go to get it to Jaron Young. Jaron Young, one man to beat. Spencer, hesitation move, up it goes to follow. Out of bounds it goes, saved. And the last touch by Macau. So opportunity wasted a little bit there as Macau does a good job getting back on defense, Scotty.
Yeah, would have loved to see Jaron Young just go over the top of Spencer there. Jaron Young is the most athletic, one of the most athletic wings in the league. Go up there and challenge him at the rim. No one can get as high as he can, and that's going to either draw a foul or it's going to have him finishing uncontested at the rim.
So Alexander from the baseline gets it straight into Fields. Busted assignment there. Watkins did not slide over, giving a free rein there for Fields, who wasted no time in dumping it in. 5-3 Slingers. DeWarwick, Spencer, still Spencer taking it all the way to the house. The follow by Watkins is good.
Slingers have to get that second box out on Watkins. He's so good at pursuing the basketball on that offensive end. Fields has to stick that second box out there.
Bounce pass over to Desmond O on that right-hand side. That's where they'll start the offense from the side. Alexander now. Fields actually will take that shot. A little bit out of his range. DeWarwick Spencer with the rebound. 5-5 here with a couple minutes gone. DeWarwick Spencer, great acceleration, throwing the ball away, but the last touch by Singapore. And the ball right over by me, Scotty.
The thing to be interested now for Macau is they made 356 three-pointers in the regular season, tops in the ABL. In game 1 and game 2, they shot 26% and 23% respectively. Over the season, they shot 39. So you're going to say the law of averages is going to come out so far. So if the Slingers don't contest that 3, it's going to be a very long night for them.
They've left 2 wide open and escaped. Ball tipped over by Alexander, and out of bounds it goes. Last touch by Alexander. Good decision by McKinney there to let it go. Alexander shielding the ball.
Interesting enough, they've got Xavier Alexander guarding McKinney now. They had Young for the first 2 games, and now Xavier in game 3 now stepping up. He wants a piece of McKinney.
Well, McKinney, not only 25 points that he had, but 13 assists when every time a couple of players would coalesce around him, he would dump it off. A little bit short there. Nice job by John Fields to stay with him. Alexander now off the break. Alexander, Euro step, and he is held up. Again, concerted effort by Macau and Singapore. You can see they know who the danger player is on either team, Scotty. Both of them trying their best to neutralize, if not neutralize, at least contain the players.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Neal and Coach Johnson, you have to love the activity towards the rim so far. Young and Alexander in transition, attacking the rim, drawing fouls on a team that is not very deep in the Macau Black Bears.
So second team foul on Macau. That foul will go on O, or check that. The foul will go on number 27, Lin, or number 21, Lin.
Watch for that 1-2-2 coming out right here off the foul shot.
Alexander dumps both in. 1 out of 2, so 6-5 Singapore. Nice job by Macau to beat the press. Liu downstairs, ball off the mark, oh boy. And Fields gets away with one there through an elbow. Downstairs it goes on the baseline, and slipping was Delvin Go on a wet spot, so out of bounds. So that's a wasted opportunity there for Singapore. Macau will get it back. Second turnover by Singapore early on here. They averaged 13.7 during the season. Macau best in that category, only averaging 8.9. They had 9 last, or 8 actually last game. Long three, you were talking about it, Scotty, just a matter of time. Liu shuts up the crowd.
Yeah, now 2 of 4 for the game, and Liu's been confident in all 3 threes he's taken so far, which is a really good look for Macau to have that big be able to step out and shoot that 3.
Liu 5 years with Guangzhou in the CBA. Jung gets away from his defender, number 10, Mike McKinney, excuse me. You won't see that very often, getting the step on him. So that will tie it up at 8. McKinney, crossover, still McKinney inside. Fall back jumper off the mark, stepping in to get the rebound. Alexander has to go to the right. Alexander will take himself to the left hand all the way to the basket. He is fouled. He will go to the line for 2.
What a take by Xavier Alexander. Nice little Euro step coming back to his right to draw that contact. And that's already the 3rd team foul on the Black Bears, which is a really good look going forward for the Slingers here.
So 3rd team foul. Let's see who that foul will go on. That will be on Liu. That will be 2 on him. Liu's a guy who's knocked down a couple threes already, so you don't want to, or he's hit 1 3 actually. There's the foul right there. Singapore very good at the line last game, 13 of 18. They don't want to repeat performance of what they shot here last week, even though they won the game. They're right around 55%. Singapore shoots 69.2% during the regular season.
Yeah, and that's their 6th foul shot already today, 4-6, which is a really nice look going forward here for the Slingers.
So 2-point spread now. McKinney working against Alexander. Here's Watkins there available for the screen. He bumps the shoulder of Alexander. Liu off the screen. Gives it up to DeWarwick Spencer. Spencer, long stride, turns, kicks back outside. Wide open look again. Going to be off the mark. And what do we have here? Off the top of the standard, so out of bounds. And they're giving Liu that shot.
Yeah,
Scotty.
Defensively, they're helping off of him on that ball screen on the horns action. They step in with the big and help on the diving Watkins. And so he's going to have that shot all game long, and he's going to have to make it.
He's made 1 of 3. Fields, wide open look for him. Can't knock it down. Stepping in is Jaron Young to save the day. Second shot from the perimeter, and Fields will line it up again. This time, no mistake from right above the free throw line.
Got to love that from John Fields, stepping up confidently. They're giving him the shot. He steps up and shoots it a 2nd time in a row. Very good shot from John Fields.
McKinney weaves to Warwick Spencer from Threesville. Got it. So 12-11. This is a team that lives and dies by the 3-point shot.
Yeah, and that's Jaron Young there. Instead of leaving Spencer to help on Liu, he should have let Liu take that shot again. He's 1 of 5 right now from 3. Put a little pressure on him where you leave a tremendous shooter like Spencer, and he's going to bang that 3 every single time.
Derek King picking up the foul. That's number 2 on him, the 6'2" guard, 198 pounds. He averaged 4.7 points a game during the regular season. His post-up move downstairs. There's an offensive foul. Jaron Young pushing off on McKinney.
Yeah, Mike McKinney sold that pretty good.
So Jaron Young beat McKinney off the dribble the last time. McKinney was having none of it this time. So when Young tried the same move, he saw McKinney was still there and he reacted. So first foul on Young. Second team foul on Singapore to Warwick Spencer. Young working on him. Boy, Spencer drills right past him over to Watkins, and what a quick step right around Jaren Young, Scotty.
Yeah, what a dish as well to draw the big over and give it to Watkins, who hammers home on top of Delvin Go.
Young thought about it. Now the crossover. Gets it back outside to Alexander as they'll reset and spread it out. Delvin Go running the baseline. Ung Han Bin in the game now. Alexander splits and goes to the right-hand side. Delvin Go, big build up on that right. Oh, nice look there by Delvin Go. What do we have here? A foul. So 15 foul on Macau. That will be on King again. That's number 3 on Derek King, and he's a guy, a role player, but still very important. They thought enough of him, Scotty, to start him in game 3 here, so he will go out of the game with 3 fouls.
Yeah, and the cool thing in the ABL is the local production. It matters so much. Those locals who can step up and make plays and continue to contribute at a high level, lead and lend themselves to such a big success for their teams.
So Singapore in white, Macau Black Bears in black. If you've just joined us, the rubber game of the quarterfinals. Black Bears getting a measure of revenge in Fushan last Wednesday, defeating Singapore 80-78 in a thrilling game. Singapore getting the best of Macau a week ago today, right here at the OCBC Arena, 100-88. Xavier Alexander ties proceedings at 13.
And encouraging for the Slingers right now, 5 of 7 from the line compared to 0 foul shots for Macau. And this is continuing to play to their strength on the interior.
1 of 2. Watkins ripping down the board. Back comes McKinney. Alexander still shadowing him. Up pops Watkins for the screen. Oh boy, going nice anticipation from McKinney, and get it out of here, says Alexander. Nice job on the follow.
And Alexander has done a really good job of McKinney so far, and they're picking him up in the full court as well as denying the basketball from him. And what a block here to get up and time it perfectly and get the diminutive McKinney at the top there. Yeah,
he anticipated that screen by Watkins. McKinney bounced right off that screen and headed right, and Alexander guessed right off the weak side, came over and got the step, and perfect timing to Warwick Spencer to inbound at McKinney. Alexander still in his pocket. There's a crossover, tries to break him down off the dribble, cannot. Watkins on the mismatch here with Delvin Go. Fields comes over for the help, too strong, but can't get it to fall. Watkins doing everything right except the execution. Acceleration by Alexander. Still Alexander finally gets it over to the right-hand side. On him for 3. Yes, counted.
What a shot by Hanbin in the corner to step up and shoot the drift to the baseline and 1 3-pointer.
That's right, a chance for a 4-point play, and guess who the foul's on? Liu Zihao. That will be 3 on him, so not good news. The 2 top locals on this Black Bears team are in trouble. There he is. He sold it. I don't think there was any contact, but the referees watch it again. Alexander with the presence of mind, Scott, as he goes down. Running at him was Liu, and he catches him after the shot. So
you said it, Chuck. Presence
discretion.
Of mind. Yeah, presence of mind. Xavier Alexander, great help from Jenny Leung there. Alexander was a little bit out of control, falling out of bounds. To find that drift, that bounce pass right in the shooting pocket, set Hanbin up for success there.
And there's your 4-point play. So Ung Han Bin immediately making an impact as he comes into the game. 4 points on 1 play. Back comes McKinney. Alexander will stay on him. Fields and Watkins doing battle. Boy, a lot of pushing out the ball. I think that's going to be a foul on Fields. As you can see him stiff-arming Watkins away from the ball. So that would be number 1 on Watkins. Or check that on Fields.
Chuck, very interesting adjustment here from Macau here. They've put Nathan Yu, a shooter, in Leo's position. So now when they help off of him with Delvin Go at the rim on the diving big, he's going to be wide open to shoot those 3-pointers.
Yu is a good shooter. He lost a lot of playing time. But block again. Well, they're going to say that's a foul on Alexander. Or is it Fields they're going to give the foul to? Let's see. If it's Fields, that will be 2 on him.
Well, and that's a tough call. That
was on Alexander.
Yeah.
Man, that is a tough call. They must have found some incidental body contact. So right now, Alexander getting the best of Michael McKinney, but McKinney always seems to find a way at the line. One of the better free throw shooters in the league, shooting just below 82% from the line. Back rims that one. A very vociferous Singapore Slinger crowd, Scotty, and you look up, there's not a whole lot of seats vacant, especially on the home side.
You have to love the atmosphere here the last few weeks leading up to playoffs. The crowd's been energetic, enthusiastic, and they're really proud of their Slingers, and they want that success.
2nd of 2, drains it.
The scary thing right now, Chuck, is McKinney was 0 of 3 going into this. He's struggled so far. Now he has 3 free throws to try and get himself back into a rhythm and get himself a little bit of confidence.
So foul trouble for the Black Bears. Number 25, Liu with 3. Number 20, Ling with 3. King, excuse me, with 3. 3 Slingers have 1 foul each, dumping the ball into Alexander. McKinney working on him. Alexander does not take advantage of the mismatch, and there's a foul on Watkins. Nice play by Fields to go straight at him. So 1 foul each for the big men, Scotty.
Very obvious right now where the Slingers believe they have the advantage. Everything has gone inside. In the half court, they get the drop down into Alexander, and he's got McKinney on him. That's a really good job to start to attack and to look at the rim and either make the double come or kick it out to Fields for the attack on the dribble.
1 of 2, or 1 of 1 for Fields so far. And, you know, from time to time, Singapore, the poor free throw shooting comes back to haunt them. They've lost a game or 2 this year because of that. But 1 of 2.
7-11 now, Chuck, for the game.
They can live with that, but okay, so another interesting matchup. Oh boy, and there's another foul on Young. That is 2 on him. A little bit too aggressive is Young on DeWarwick Spencer. Wait a minute, is that an offensive foul? Yes, it is. So watch it again. Let's see if we can find the push off. There's Young staying right with him, and there is the strip. And
I think they called 8 seconds there.
So backcourt violation. Good defense, wide open look for Ung Han Bin from 3, going to be well short. Getting there to get his own rebound. Young thought about it. Oh boy, throws it right into the lane. McKinney right there to pick it off. Off to the races they go. Watkins there to clean it up, and underneath the foul, and that'll go on Ung Han Bin, I believe. He was right there, so Slingers sort of make a hash out of that. First foul, so 15th foul on Singapore. Watch it again. Oh, there is Ung Han Bin. Man, there could have been a foul called on Young as well.
Yeah, Leung going to the rim there. There's a lot of contact there from the Singapore side.
Back room, so both these teams having problems connecting on their free throws. Chuck Schreiner and Scott McKinnon, so happy you could spend part of your Sunday afternoon with us. Playoff action, Game 3, the rubber game here from the OCBC Arena. Macau Black Bears and the Singapore Slingers. He misses them both. Outlet over to Young. Right side build up. Delvin Go trying to fight for space. Opposite side, Ung Han Bin lines up at 2. Is going to be off the mark again, so he's 1 of 3. McKinney off to the races. Backing up is Alexander. Boy, the ball comes down with it. Nice job by Alexander. Away goes Singapore. Alexander, Ung Han Bin wide open. He passes it up, and that's probably something to do with him missing the other 2 shots, Scotty.
Yeah, he's got to shoot that, though. Spaces the floor for the bigs. It's
Fields
really good for Singapore.
the ball. McKinney picks it up. Back outside to McKinney. Long cross-court pass, throws it into the bleachers. trying to hit Jennings Lewin that time. So a couple of poor possessions for both these teams, Scotty. A little bit of nerves here in the first quarter, 2:06 to go.
Yeah, and if you're in Macau and you told him before the game that Mike McKinney would have 2 points of 0-3 shooting, almost 2 minutes left in the first quarter here, and you're only down 3 points, you'd be very happy with that. He hasn't been super productive for being someone like the world, a candidate for the world MVP, and to be only down this much so far is really good for Macau.
Putting the ball on the floor, that was a mistake by Delvin Go. He had the mismatch that he wanted there against Jennings Lewin. He put the ball on the floor, and that gave Jennings a chance to assert himself and take the ball away or sweep it away. Back outside to Larry Liu, who's just checked in. Fields, backup jumper, yes, for two, and Watkins is going to have to get closer on him. That's twice.
A nice little start.
15.
Nice little start for John Fields. 7 points, 2 rebounds, 3 of 5 from the field.
Warwick Spencer working on Young still. Crossover, there's the screen. Picking him up will be Fields. Spencer, nice hesitation move as he goes to the basket. The leaner, and a 2-point shot there for Warwick Spencer. 6'4", 294 pounds.
Played at Arkansas State. Went to 2 community colleges and then ended up at Arkansas State. He's a basketball nomad, that guy. Played in France, played in Lebanon, played in Italy, played in Ukraine. He's been all over the world. Cool to see him step in here and be successful in the ABL.
An enviable task of trying to replace Anthony Tucker, who's the architect of this team. Now Mike McKinney's had to step up. Alexander turning the corner. Nice control in the air. Got it to fall. Nice job, Alexander. Delvin Go right there for insurance.
Yeah, and they continue to go through Alexander in the post against McKinney, which is a really good idea.
Boy, no backcourt call. The fans wanted that. I'm not so sure. Back out to McKinney. 9 on the shot clock. McKinney still trying to bust through 2 players. Alexander right there. McKinney trying to break him down off the dribble. Backup jumper is going to be long. Nice job by Alexander on defense. Oh boy. No foul. Let's see. The reach in there by McKinney, the foul. Boy, they are letting him play here.
And what can you say about Xavier Alexander as a competitor? He decides in game 3, I want to guard Mike McKinney, and McKinney's struggled so far. It took him about 8 dribbles to get that open shot there. You can see he's pressing a little bit. And this is all because of the defense of Xavier Alexander so far.
There's a reach in by McKinney. There was contact. I don't think the referees called it though, so it'll be Singapore ball on the near side. No foul on McKinney. Great looking crowd to reinforce what we were talking about earlier. They really love their Singapore Slingers, and why not? This team is as exciting a team in the ABL as there is. Off the dribble, Young fires up a 2. Is going to be short without the follow by Delvin Go, and he finally gets through.
It's great to see Delvin Go on the offensive boards there, getting up over top of the locals from Macau and getting that tip in.
24-17 as he gets away from Young. Spencer, opposite side, shot, 3, yes, and every time. Nathan Yu, that time, the guy, your compatriot, Scotty from Canada, he has sort of been the invisible man in the rotation by Macau, but what a job he did just then. Lined it up, Alexander, and he is fouled. Let's see who that goes against. I think it's going to be against number 3, Warwick Spencer. If it is, that will be his first foul.
What a great adjustment by Coach Mu to get Nathan Ewan, the University of British Columbia, former All-Canadian. He's a shooter, so now you can't help off of him. He's going to space the floor, and he's going to shoot that aggressively. An absolutely fantastic job of him stepping up and shooting the basketball, and that's going to change the dynamic of how Singapore defends that ball screen.
His pedigree certainly is better than the guy he replaced, Derek King. Both those guys competent shooters, but it's a question mark. I'm with you, Scotty, why he lost so much playing time when Tucker went out. I don't know. Maybe just the matchups since McKinney is only 6 feet tall. Now, Tucker, of course, was, well, he was only 6'3", so not a whole lot. But, yeah, if he can start hitting some shots, he will be in favor again. And that's what it takes when you do it in playoffs. The coaches start to get confidence in you. 6-point game. Oh, McKinney getting away. The finger roll at the end and a foul, and that will go on Larry Liu, and McKinney will go the line again. So, in fact, let's see. Will it be a foul or is time expired? Larry Liu coming over and getting in the way. No foul, and time had gone out. So, No foul at all, my bad. Slingers will take the 6-point lead over the Black Bears at the end of one quarter here at the OCBC Arena as we look at the finish again. No foul. And we'll be back for second quarter action in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 26-20. It is close, just like we knew it would be. And Scotty, what the stats tell us about the first quarter as we look at the highlights?
Well, from Macau Black Bears' perspective, they're shooting it well from the three now, 57%, 4 of 7 from three, and that's scary. And that's the adjustment of putting in Jenny Leung, Nathan Yu instead of having the bigs there. You saw what Hong Kong did to Alab, stretching the floor with a bunch of shooters on the floor. Now Macau has 5 shooters on the floor, and that's a really scary thing for the Slingers. It's going to be really tough to help on that ball screen with McKinney now.
So Singapore Slingers shooting 9 of 15 for 58% on the other side of the ball. Not as good. 7 of 19 for Macau, 39.3%. Remember, during the regular season, Macau shot almost 56% from Twosville and 37% from behind the line. But Singapore living up to their reputation, Scotty, as being the stingiest defensive team in the league. And what the job that Xavier Alexander has done on Mike McKinney, you said it. But there's 3 more quarters to go. So taking it in on the near side, the Macau Black Bears in black. Spencer working against Young. Spencer with all that length. Right hand. Pass across the other side to Nathan Yu. Nice and easy. Wow. Nathan Yu, Scotty. And I tell you what, this guy can let it float.
It's amazing he's sat on the bench for so long. Averaging 12 points the first 3 quarters of this season to get DNPs the last 5 games is unbelievable for a player of that quality.
Almost thrown away. Let's see if Singapore can keep it. Bad pass there by Larry Liu. He stays in the game. Ung Han Bin to the bench. He had that 1 4-point play, but he's picked up a foul. Out it goes to Young as they spread it out. Larry Liu to the right. Bounce pass over there. Wide open look for 3 is going to be off the mark. So nothing doing for Singapore from beyond the arc still. And back comes Spencer. They trail by 3. Outside again to McKinney. McKinney. Young switches on him now, Scotty. So let's see, he's calling for help. Wants the screen, turns Young inside out. Back around the horn it goes. Inside Yu, the backup jumper, in and out. Rebound there for Fields. That'll be 5 for him. And back comes Jaron Young. So they give Alexander a break on McKinney and put Young on him. Off the dribble, Alexander is blocked, and out of bounds it goes. Nice job by Spencer in the interior to knock that ball away. It'll be Singapore ball, 11 on the shot clock, Scotty. Good play by DeWarwick Spencer.
Yeah, DeWarwick Spencer, Nathan Yu combining there to knock the ball out of bounds. Fantastic defensive job there, but you have to love Xavier continuing to attack the basket where Singapore's strength is.
And another, was that a 3 that time? For John Fields, no, only a 2. His foot was on the line, but 3 of 5 from outside, trying his best to get Watkins to come out with him. There's that screen again by Watkins. He's been the danger man. Now Jennings Leong inside the lane. Oh boy, did everything right but finish it off. Got the step on Delvin Go and couldn't finish. All the way down the court it goes to Young. Kick back outside. Fields is feeling it. 2 steps, and he is fouled as he goes inside. He will go to the line for a pair. Let's see who the foul is on. There's Young. Kick back outside. And there it is. The foul on number 4, Jennings Leung.
Field's ability to be able to shoot that 15 to 18-foot jump shot these last month of the season has really made the other bigs pull out, and great job of John stepping up and shooting that confidently.
Oh, in and out it goes for Fields. Yeah, that's the idea. Get Watkins away from the basket. Remember, Singapore does have the advantage there. If they can pull him out well, then you've got Delvin go down low. Really, the Black Bears don't have anybody else to match up, so Fields can keep knocking those down. Eventually, Watkins will have to come out, but showing no signs of wanting to do that at the moment. Back to a 6-point lead, matching the biggest lead of the game for the Slingers. McKinney back again. Now Alexander switches back on him around the screen of Watkins. There's Fields. Little floater, no good. Oh, what hustle by McKinney. On the ground it goes, and Ung Han Bin did not have any idea that McKinney went all the way from one side to the other. Watch this again. There's the miss. Now watch McKinney. Great anticipation for him, knowing exactly where the ball is going to go. And Ung Han Bin, on the other hand, a little bit slow to react.
Yeah, and Coach Johnson was heated there at Han Bin. He wanted him to grab that ball, 2 balls, and chin it. And he's completely right. That's Singapore's rebound right there. They need to secure that defensive rebound. Now Macau gets another possession.
Rebounds at the end of the quarter, 12-9 in favor of Singapore. We would expect that. Singapore, the second leading rebounding team in the league, and at 42.5, they have almost a 6 differential over Macau, who is 9th in the league. McKinney back up, going forward, nowhere to go. Long 3 from Watkins, buries it.
And that's the extra possession there. Another 3-pointer that changes the momentum. 29-26 now.
Fields working Watkins, baseline move. He is surrounded and he is fouled. Let's see who that will go against. I think that'll go against number 15, Nathan Yu, on the weak side help. Watch it again. Fields, to his credit, doesn't give up on it. And there's the weak side help, and there's the slap. Take your pick.
Have to love the intensity of John Fields. 4-6 from the field today, 4 rebounds, 10 points, and just bully ball going down into the paint there, using his shoulder and getting on the opposite side of the rim trying to finish.
In fact, they're going to give that foul to Watkins, so that'll be 2 on him. Second team foul in the quarter for Macau. 7:38 to go in the second quarter. Fields 10 points so far. Been a battle of the Giants these first 2 games. Remember last week, Fields getting the better of it, scoring 32 points and grabbing 14 boards, and Watkins coming back strong in game 2 up in Fushan. 23 points, 14 rebounds.
That's
so
Singapore's
getting the best of it so far tonight.
Singapore's 17th foul shot of the game, 12 of 17 right now. That's with 7 minutes left in the second quarter. That is a ton of foul shots.
Yeah. Macau really no choice. They cannot let Singapore just roll to the basket every time. Still trying to break down Alexander. High off the rim, no good, and down goes Alexander. Let's see if he draws the foul. If he does, that'll be 2 on Xavier. Watch it again, late whistle. There is McKinney, and you can see Alexander wrapping him up. So yes, the foul there. Oh boy, could have gone either way. Let's see, is that a goaltending call? Yes, it's going to be goaltending, so good call, Scotty McKinney. I was too busy watching the contact inside, so count the 2 for McKinney. We've got a Mike McKinney and a Scott McKinnon, ladies and gentlemen. So back comes Alexander. There's your time. Ung Han Bin out wide to the right. Now he cuts in. Young, who's been the invisible man this quarter so far. Fields trying to find space. Inside there it goes to Delvin Go. Go back outside. Alexander has a look for 3. Back rims that one, stepping in, getting it as Fields again. Fields rumbles to the basket. Yes! John Fields!
John Fields, again, a great take back to that right hand on the offensive rebound. His 14th point of the game. And right now, he's having a really nice little matchup with Watkins. Watkins has 7 points and 5 rebounds on the other side.
Watkins, remember, with those 2 fouls, so he's very cognizant of that. He would not want to pick up the 3rd foul before the half. So we thought that there would be a chance that it would be a fight between these 2 big men to decide it. So far, that has been the case. 5-point game. McKinney. He's been held to 4 points by the defense of Alexander. He evades Alexander that time. Now Alexander back in the picture. Long 3. Back rim that time. Fields chases it down. Nice job and a foul. Oh boy. Dangerous play there by Nathan Yu. see if that's going to be a flagrant. I don't think there was any intent there, but my goodness, you can't come body blocking in to a ball player like that. Very, very dangerous. So Fields down at the other end. That will be the no indication yet. No, it will not be an intentional foul. Well, that's playoff basketball, ladies and gentlemen. Nathan Yu, there was no intent at all, but still 50-50 call by the refs. They could have called him for the intentional foul, but discretion the better part of valor. Back comes Singapore. So that's 3 team fouls now on Macau. Singapore, you have to draw one. There's Fields again, rotating the ball to Ung Han Bin. Build-ups on that left side. Now it transfers over to the right. Alexander on the low post. What do we have here? Traveling call. 3-second violation for Singapore. They're going to say Alexander in the lane too long. So Nathan Yu will inbound it. Token Singapore resistance. Alexander picking up McKinney at half court. There's the screen thrown by Lai, who's just checked in the game. McKinney busting through 2 players off to Watkins. Watkins! I think that'll go on number 12, Jaren Young. That will be 2 on him. Young from behind.
And that's the ability right there. When you space the floor with shooters, they can't help on that ball screen. And McKinney, all of a sudden, that herky-jerky movement, hesitation, dribble, he's in the lane, and the big has to help him. When the big helps, there's a diving Watkins to the rim for a chance at a hammer dunk.
So foul situation on the other side of the ball. As we said before, number 21, Lin with 3. Number 15, Nathan. We'll check that. Number 20, Derek King with 3. Boy, ball, dangerous, dangerous pass right there. They get away with it. So it'll be Macau ball. There's number 11 checking in the game. Lei Ka Tong, 6'4", 209-pound forward, averaging 3.9 points a game. Young to inbound it. Alexander, still Alexander. Out to Young, had to scrape it off the floor. Quickly the double team, kick back outside. Boy, Young for some reason doesn't want to take the ball. What a pass inside to Delvin Go. What a pass, no look pass, bounce pass inside by Young.
That's the aggression you like from Jaren Young. They're going right into the gap of the zone. Nice little drop pass. Nice put in for Delvin Go there for his 5th point of the game.
Spencer, he's been quiet lately. Bumping, grinding. Watkins is going to be short with the hook. Delvin Go with another rebound. Go now with 5 points. Ung Han Bin from 3, Bill, yes! Second triple for Ung Han Bin, and he's feeling it now. 7 points, the Slingers go up by 9.
What can you say about Han Bin in the last few weeks he's had? 2 of 4 from the field today, 2 threes, 7 points, but just his aggressiveness and catching the ball confidently. He makes people guard him, and now that gives Alexander and everyone else so much space in the lane. Yeah, you said it, Chuck, in that rotation of putting Young on him and then putting Alexander on him. And Alexander's done most of the work today, but it's just the physicality and the length that both those guys possess. Someone of Mike McKinney's stature, 6 foot, 180 pounds, 185 pounds. He's feeling a lot of pressure and a lot of physicality and a lot of load on him right now. And he doesn't have the ability to kick right now because the only shooter on the floor from a local perspective is Nathan Yu. And so it's a real tough challenge for him right now.
Spencer, he is somebody else who can change the complexion of the game in a hurry. Young working on him. Ooh, crunching screen there. Freeing up to Warwick Spencer, and he'll roll to the basket. Young got his teeth rattled that time on that screen. Fields, he's had the hot hand. Young now. Delvin Go with Yu fronting him. Alexander on that right-hand side looking for the entry pass to Fields. Opposite side it goes. Wide open look for Ung Han Bin. Again, rising and getting the rebound out of bounds. It goes, and it'll be Singapore ball.
Great activity by John Fields there in the offensive rebound. Staying active, not letting Watson get contact on him. Getting a little tip on the ball. Now they get a second possession here.
So 4:38 to go here in the second quarter. Rotation into Young. Singapore spreads it. Nice screen thrown there on Spencer by Delvin Go. He'll rotate to the high post. And holding on inside. Oh, their boy. That could be an offensive foul on who? Delvin Go.
I'd like to see Jaron Young get a little bit more aggressive there coming off that ball screen. He's only had 4 shot attempts today. This is the guy who's had 35, 38, 39 points a game or in specific games this year and just didn't come off looking to shoot that. We needed Jaron Young as attacking for the Slingers.
38-31. Macau on the comeback trail, and another great screen there by number 11, Lay. The Warwick Spencer from way downtown off the mark. Alexander scuffs it up, gives it over to Young. Young going to left hand and loses it in the lane. Back comes McKinney and company. Singapore doing a good job of getting back. Bounce pass inside. Cut off by Fields. Nice job by John Fields. Yeah. Terrible pass by Jaron Young.
A great job by John Fields and Xavier Alexander getting the contest on McKinney, making him get back, and all of a sudden Fields gets a hand in the passing lane. Great transition defense by the Slingers there.
That's what they do. They can do it on offense or on defense in transition. Down went Watkins. Underneath the basket, can't get it to fall, but takes a fortuitous bounce. Spencer behind the screen for 3, no good. Boy, dodging the bullet again. Young pouncing on it for the rebound. Off to Fields. Fields, right hand. Alexander fighting for space. Spencer doing a good job on Alexander, but he gets around one defender and the other can't get around him. Kick back outside. McKinney now on the run. Gets it to Spencer. Spencer fires up a long 3. Yes. And you were wondering when that was going to start happening. 38-34 to Warwick Spencer.
Averages, like you said, Chuck. The best shooting team in the league is now 12 of 31 from the floor. So they're going to start making shots eventually. It's going to happen.
Fields, Young, build up on that right-hand side. Good interior defense by Macau. Trying to turn the corner is Go. Bumping, grinding, puts it up, can't get it. Alexander fighting for it, and he will get the tip. Out of bounds it goes. Nice job by Alexander to fight it off. Delvin Go. Look at this interior defense by Macau. Just nowhere to go, forcing an off-balance shot, but Alexander never giving up, and last touch by Watkins.
And the refs are really letting them win it, letting the players be competitive and win the game. A lot of contact down there, but it's consistent on both sides, so it's good to see.
Young only with 4 points here in the first half. Gets free and knocks the ball's knocked away again. Jaron Young. And all the way to the other end. Tip back again. Great defense, great recovery by Ung Han Bin. Outlet pass downstairs to Fields. Foul, count it, and 1.
What a sequence for the Slingers. Block on one end by Delvin Go. A transition layup and 1 for John Fields.
Well, so Jaron Young giveth and taken away. Here he is. Check that pass. A no-looker downstairs. Perfect pass into John Fields. The foul on Lai K. Tong. And for Lai, that will be his first. But Jaron Young is going to have to get with it on the offensive end, Scotty. That's twice he's thrown the ball away. Instead of taking shots himself, for some reason, he does not want to take a shot. And they need his offense, but he makes up for it on that outlet pass to Fields for the N1.
Yeah, and he's so important to this basketball team. And he has 4 turnovers today, but he has the ability, he's a momentum player. As soon as he gets it going, he can turn around in 2 seconds. And he is such an important player. He really has to come off that ball screen, looking to attack and looking to shoot it.
So Young goes to the bench, in fact, checking into the game. Oh, boy. McKinney getting away from his defender. So back to a 2-point game. Larry Liu checking back into the game. So Liu takes the place of Young. Fields thought about it. Alexander will try to create now. He's got Delvin Go down low. Long cross-court pass. Back over to Fields. Fields, no hesitation. Catch and shoot for 2. John Fields with 18.
7 and 9 from the floor, and 4 or 5 of those have been from 15 to 18 feet. His ability to step away has just changed the dynamic of Singapore's offense and the options that they have.
McKinney. Alexander on him. There's the screen. Now the mismatch with Delvin Go. Watkins will fire away from Freesville. No good. Foul from behind. That will go on number 11, I believe. That will be Lai K Tong, and that'll be 2 on him. So that is the 4th team foul. The next one will put Singapore in the bonus. In fact, that is, check that, no, still 4th team foul. And that will be against Singapore, in fact. So the push off on Singapore. Ooh, backup jumper. That is number 15 again. That was Nathan Yu. Scrum on the floor. Away with it comes Singapore. Nice job by Alexander, but losing control. Wow. Well, that was Larry Liu's fault. The pass was way off the mark. Alexander did a good job to corral it, but watch when he comes down with it. Alexander in midair, and the dribble just gets away from him. Nice job by Nathan Yu to get back. He was set. I think that slightly surprised Alexander. So Macau with the ball, 1:35 to go.
Again, this full court press from Alexander has really bothered McKinney today. Usually he's used to bringing the ball up and getting straight into the ball screen action, and it's tired him out, and he hasn't liked it. You can tell he hasn't liked that contact and the physicality.
Watkins holding on, or was it a 3-second violation? Let's see. That will go against Singapore. Larry Liu, well, he saw there was a mismatch downstairs. McKinney was going to try and find Watkins against Larry Liu, so he was holding on for dear life. So 4th team foul on Singapore. Checking in on the far side will be McKinney. McKinney yo-yoing around one screen inside, rises and fires for 2, and it was good. So that 42-38 now. Singapore with 1:10 to go here in the second quarter. It's been 4, 6, 7, 8 points whole afternoon. Fields trying to get free of Watkins. What a battle they're having there. Ung Han Bin for a 3 is off the mark. Foul on Ung Han Bin, so to complicate matters, he fouls to Warwick Spencer, and that will be the 15th foul on Singapore, and that will put Spencer at the line for a pair.
Yeah, and don't look right now because the Macau Black Bears have got a little bit of a rhythm going here now. McKinney has 8 now, Watkins has 8, Spencer has 10, Yu has 6, and they're going 4 out around the 1 big and looking to space that floor and get their shooters going. And we've got a little bit of a rhythm going here right now. So let's hope the Slingers can continue to contest that 3.
Slingers definitely need some contributions by Jaron Young. He has been much of a help. 4 points and 4 turnovers here in the first half. He's been a guy that you can depend on for 18, 20 points, 6 or 7 assists, 4 or 5 rebounds game after game. Oh boy, knocked away. Silly play there. Alexander will have to let it go. So, 1-point game, 42-41 should be the score, not 42-38. That is up on your screen. So 1-point game with 32.1. So opportunity here for Macau, if they can get a stop here, to go in the dressing room with an unlikely lead. Fields downstairs going to Alexander. Alexander from behind is hit. Oh, great play by Go. He can't finish it though. Up in the air and coming away with it is Warwick Spencer. 16 seconds to go. Picked off by Ung Han Bin. Nice job filling the lane. Larry Liu now. Slingers will play for the last shot. Bounce pass to Delvin. Go tries to turn the corner. McKinney with the foul right there. 15 foul for Macau. That will send Delvin to the line for a pair and stop the clock at 3.5.
A big turnover there by Spencer. They could have went into the half up 1 if they score on that possession. Now the Slingers have an opportunity here to go up 3 on 2 foul shots. So big turnover down at that end. A great take by Delvin Go on this end. Noticed he had the smaller mismatch on him. Went straight to the drop step. Nice little turn to the rim there. Square shoulders on the backboard, and an opportunity to get some momentum back for the Slingers going into here to halftime.
Delvin Go resembling more like his old self that we saw here in the OCBC Arena last week when he scored 18 points and had 8 boards. Now with 6 and 4. So opportunity now with 3.5 for the Slingers to stretch the lead to 3. They led by as many as 9. Chuck Schreiner and Scott McKinnon, so happy you could join us here on the Sunday. Wherever you are, wherever in the world you are, Singapore Slingers, Macau Black Bears, the rubber game in this best-of-3 match in the quarterfinals. A winner will take on Hong Kong Eastern. Now, Singapore should win. John feels that they may have the advantage, but a great job by the role players from Macau to rotate down and double up on Alexander, Go, and Fields when need be. They have denied Singapore Slingers some excellent looks at the basket just because of their hustle defense, Scotty, and that's also been a big difference in this game.
Yeah, and I think the substitution of going a little bit smaller with Liang and King and Yu and just looking to spread that floor offensively is now giving McKinney some room to wiggle around in the middle there, and him and Spencer with 20 points combined. That's a tough matchup right there.
Okay, Spencer, talking about Spencer with the ball now, launches a rocket of a three off the mark. So Singapore will take that three-point edge into the locker room at the end of the first half here at the OCBC Arena. It's the Singapore Slingers 41, Macau Black Bears, check that, Slingers 44, Macau Black Bears 41. Hey, we'll be back for the halftime show in just a minute. Don't go away. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's OCBC Arena, Game 3 of the quarterfinals between the Macau Black Bears, visiting Macau Black Bears, and the Singapore Slingers at home. Tied up at 1 game each. Singapore, if you were not around last week, defeated Macau 100-88. Macau returned the favor on their home court, or on Fushan at least, by a score of 80-78. And here we are right now, 44-41. Slingers up by 3 over a very game Macau Black Bears team. And Scotty, we've seen some things here that maybe we didn't see, the adjustments that teams constantly make, since this is probably the 6th time that they've played each other, or actually the 5th time they've played each other. You know, the defense that coalesces around anybody that touches the ball downstairs for Singapore has been very impressive for Macau. You got to be impressed with their defense on the inside. That was supposed to be a forte of Singapore. Yeah,
they've done a really good job so far, and hopefully they continue to bang like they've done in the first half, and this is going to be another entertaining basketball game.
Young, they're trying to get him off. He finished the first half with only 4 points. So look for them to try and get him back in the offensive flow. Alexander off the screen of Fields, finding Young. Young around the dribble, rises and fires for 2 off the mark. Getting the rebound, Delvin Go. Young around the back, kick back outside, wide open look for 3. Yes! Desmond O, his first bucket of the game.
That's off another offensive rebound. Another offensive rebound by Delvin Go, kicked out, and there's Desmond O, the veteran, stepping up to hit that 3.
47-41 now. Lead is doubled. Watkins playing with 2 fouls. Fields is on him. DeWarrick, Spencer, and Young, and off-balance shot. Ooh, McKinney. Circus shot there, leaning backwards for 3.
McKinney going to go now. 11.6 assists and 4 rebounds.
Alexander running over his defender. Count it. Yes, no foul at all. And a technical foul. Well, thinking that he had his foot, I think that was King, right? Thought he had his foot firmly planted. Alexander, in his mind, ran him down.
And Derek King has to be more composed than that. Picking up a technical this early in the second half is only going to create momentum for the Slingers. And it was a very good take by Xavier Alexander. The referee didn't feel that King got there in time, and you just have to stay composed, especially in Game 3 of the playoffs like this.
So count the 2 points. It's now 49-44. Alexander at the line to make it a 3-point play. Actually, no, don't count the basket. Yes, you do. So it is a technical foul. So let's set it up for you. The 2 count it for Alexander, and then he gets the 1-shot technical. King now with 4 fouls. Spencer working against Young, and one of the reasons why Young has probably not fared as well as he normally does on offense is having to guard that man right there, DeWarrick Spencer, who goes right around him, Scotty, for an easy 2.
What a game he's had. 16 points now, 6 of 12 from the field, and it's all coming downhill off that ball screen for DeWarrick Spencer.
Oh, he just hit the big 3 a moment ago. 50-46. Long 3 is off the mark for John Fields. So 50-46, not 48, as your monitor says. DeWarrick off the screen again. Delvin Go got the separation. Two is no good. Fields right there at the outlet, but picked off by Nathan Yu. Good play by Yu. Looked like the ball sort of slipped off of the hand of John Fields. Last touch there by Singapore, so it'll be Macau ball.
What a game Nathan Yu's had so far. Just defensively, guarding guys bigger than him, boxing out. And on the offensive end, he allows space for McKinney and Dewar Spencer to get downhill because now that big can't help off of the shooter in Nathan Yu.
Nathan Yu, the Canadian. Got precious little playing time last week when he was here. 2-2 goes Spencer as he rattles it home. So 50-48. Macau knocking at the door again. Fields next to Alexander. Gives it up to O, fighting for position. Whoa, look at that battle going on downstairs. Entry pass to Young. Young, kick back outside. Wide open look for the X-Man. Going to be short with that. Young skies get the rebound. Puts the ball on the floor, and Delvin Go did not expect that, to put it mildly.
You love the activity of Jaren Young there. That's the kind of activity that Jaren Young needs in this game. Getting after the offensive rebound, picking it up. Great pass to Delvin Go, drops out of bounds, but aggressive Jaren Young is a positive thing for the Singapore Slingers.
Great move to the basket by Dewar Spencer there, and he picks up the foul along the way. That will go on Desmond O. So.
Oh, and that's Jaren Young's fourth foul right there. That is not a good thing for the Singapore Slingers.
Young is active, and when he can't score, he can do so many other things. So he will have to go to the bench, and we will be lucky to see him anymore in the third quarter. Ung Han Ben will check in.
He's such a special contributor for the Slingers, one of the best defenders in the league, one of the best athletes in the league. For him to go out this early with 4 fouls in the third quarter, oh, this could be problems for the Slingers.
Ball down on the floor, lead pass and thrown away by Fields. Picked up by Nathan Yu. McKinney dancing in the lane, back up jumper. Can't get it to fall. Watkins there to clean it up, but off his fingers, and it'll be Singapore ball. Nice job by Delvin Go to contest underneath there, destroying the rhythm of Watkins. So Singapore with that sliver of a lead, 50-48, but more importantly, without one of their floor leaders, Jaren Young, who is on the bench with 4. Desmond O getting away, has the ball blocked away, but he had the presence of mind to get it over to Ung Han Ben. Fields coming over for the screen, rolling to the basket is Alexander. Off balance shot is no good, picked up inside by number 11. That is Lay. Back comes Spencer and company. Chance to tie it or go ahead right here. Eating up Ung Han Ben. Spencer again getting around Fields, but the ball taken away by Fields, looking for somebody to get it to. Finally gets it Ung Han Ben. Back over to Alexander. Outlet pass, and the third time in the last 4 possessions, Singapore throws it away. McKinney, Spencer, wide open look for the lead. Off the mark.
Singapore has 13 turnovers now. They've done such a good job defensively. They're working so hard on defense. They need to take care of that basketball on the other end.
And holding on, that will go on number 11, Lai K Tong. Lai now with 2 fouls. That's the second team foul for Macau.
Look for the Slingers to get Xavier Alexander and John Fields involved here. It's going to have to go through them. Fields with 18 points and 7 to 10. Alexander with 11 points right now. It's going to have to go. The action's going to have to go through those 2 guys for the Slingers to be successful.
Getting away from one defender. Checking him is Nathan Yu. Alexander, there's the screen. Alexander inside, rotates, wide open look for Fields. Can't knock it down that time. 1 and out. So you sort of feel the momentum shifting, Scotty. Spencer. Still Spencer, dump pass back outside. Wide open look from Threesville. Can't get it to fall. Watkins trying to corral it. Can't. Right in the hands of Ung. Now Alexander accelerating. Left hand getting around McKinney. Over the look pass over to Delvin Go, who finishes. Nice job by Delvin Go to show and make himself available for that pass.
What a pass, like you said, by Xavier Alexander. Draws the help. All of a sudden bounce pass, and Delvin Go finishing at the rim for his 9th point of the game.
Spencer has his pocket picked by Desmond O. A little bit too ambitious there. Alexander bumping, grinding over to O again. O thought about it, back outside again to Fields. Fields 1 foot on the line. Downstairs to Alexander. McKinney working on him. See how they do with the mismatch. Back outside again. He was triple team. Alexander again puts the ball up, no good. Underneath, ball picked up by McKinney. Great interior defense exhibited there by Macau. There's a two by Spencer. Great wherewithal to him. Desmond O went to the floor. Spencer gathers himself and calmly strokes it in, 52-50.
And the composure that Spencer showed throughout this series after coming off a year breakout, his 19th point of the game, now 6 rebounds on 6 of 14. Well, what a game he's played so far.
It is 52-50, not 52-48, and kicking the ball away, number 15, Nathan Yu. So the role players from Macau, Scotty, getting it done, not necessarily by scoring points, but surrounding on defense and really making.
For Desmond O and for Hanbin.
They'll have to knock them down. Desmond O lurking up top, gets the ball, swings it over to Ung Han Bin. Downstairs it goes, like we talked about. Back outside again. Ung trying to find some space, has his pocket pick, but luckily Delvin Go picks it up. A 24-second violation and playing around with it too much on that right-hand side. Another turnover for Singapore, Scotty. That's 15.
Yeah, and Delvin Go's got to go there. He's got the ball in the post. He's got a mismatch. Everyone wants him to go. He's got to turn his shoulder just like he did in the first half and attack that rim with the drop step.
There he is again, Delvin Go, and trying to get rid of the ball. Full court pressure by Singapore. Desmond O drawing Spencer. Spencer turns him in around. Back outside it is to McKinney. McKinney, Watkins, that long hook is going to fall for a tie basket there. 52-52. Watkins, his first bucket here in the third quarter. We're down to under 4 minutes. Alexander feels ahead of him, looking for the screen and gets it inside the lane. He goes and he is hacked as he goes in.
Great body control.
Will go against Nathan Yu.
Great take by Xavier Alexander there, and he's taking it into his own hands. This is a great thing. Comes off the ball screen, downhill, uses his body to create contact, and there's 4 or 5 fouls there before he gets to the rim.
See who that foul will go on. In fact, that will go on McKinney, so that will be 3 on him. No real concern there unless he picks up another one. And McKinney, last week we saw him play with 4 fouls, or the week on Wednesday. Played in almost the whole fourth quarter with 4 fouls. Rattles that one home, so Slingers with a 1-point edge now. Players and fans on the edge of their seats here at the OCBC Arena. So happy you could join us on a Sunday afternoon.
Really nice to see the Slingers shooting foul shots at a really high clip today, 16 of 22, and that's a very good sign going into the fourth quarter here.
So they'll try and survive this third quarter. Maybe they get Jaron Young back in the game in the fourth quarter. Full court pressure. Watkins, that's the guy you don't want dribbling, but that's the guy you do there, beating everybody back down the court. Spencer can't get it to fall. Watkins with it, turns, fires, got it in one.
On Singapore up in the full court press and broken easily. Full court man press broken easily by Macau, and they get 2 opportunities at the rim there for layups.
Look at it now. Watkins beating him to the spot, getting that foul. Going to be called on, let's see. Guess that will be on Delvin Go. That's 2 on him. So this for the lead. First time Macau has led in a long, long time. Did just that. So completion of the three-point play. And the momentum has turned full circle. Alexander down that left-hand side. He's got Fields to his right. Covering him is McKinney. Alexander stepping through. Ball thrown away. Now knocked away by Spencer all the way down court. Nice job by Ung Han Bin. Little sloppy possession there by the Black Bears. They had Singapore on the run there as they threw the ball away again. So turnover for Singapore again. That's number 16.
Very physical basketball game right now. The refs are letting a lot go on either end. And coming off that ball screen, Xavier Alexander was hit 3 or 4 times before he'd released that basketball.
Watkins. Fields will pick him up. Got a mismatch down. Look at the Warwick Spencer. Desmond O trying like crazy to cover him, fronting him. Watkins with a long three. Fight for the rebound. Spencer gets it. Kick back outside. Yu with the ball. Opposite side. Spencer from 3. Yes!
He's taking over the basketball game right now. 22 points, 8 of 17, and another three-pointer for Spencer on the kick.
So 4-point lead now for Macau. Taking control of this game. Downstairs to Alexander. Fields trying to pop through. He cannot. Alexander runs into a wall. Off-balance shot. No good. The follow by Alexander or by Fields.
John
and
Fields
Alexander
again.
just willing it inside,
Yeah,
Scotty.
Great a take by Xavier Alexander. John Fields in the tip and 8 of 12, 20 points. And the Slingers, you have to admire their resiliency with their third import on the bench right now.
Where he will stay probably for the next 3 minutes. McKinney's getting away from Alexander. And Alexander will make the foul there. That'll be 2 on him. Alexander with 13 points. But his focus has been defense this entire game. McKinney, remember, averaging 25 points a game. He's been stymied at 11, mostly because of the tough-nosed defense that Alexander has put on him. There's a weak side help there by Delvin Go. So opportunity for the Bears to extend their lead to 4 again.
And you talk about the defense that Xavier Alexander has had on Mike McKinney. Mike McKinney has good numbers, 12 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, but right now it's his efficiency. Generally, he shoots 51 from the 2, 41 from the 3, and 84 from the line, and he's only 4 of 12 right now from the field, and that's very unlike Mike McKinney, who's an efficient volume shooter.
A lot of that has to do with Alexander. He has been draping him since the word go. Back up to a 4-point lead from Macau. 2:11 to go here in the third quarter. And Alexander trying to bull his way inside. Do they give him the continuation?
And 2, what a move. Xavier Alexander turns his head downhill, Euro step and 1, willing his team with Jaron Young on the bench here, trying to get him back in the game.
And there's a foul by Yu, not once but twice. And what do we have over here? I'll tell you. There's going to be a technical foul. Going to be on McKinney. Technical foul on Michael McKinney. So for McKinney, that will be 3 fouls. That'll be 4 fouls on him if it indeed is a technical. They haven't put it up on the scoreboard yet. Still waiting for official. If that's true, McKinney would have 4 fouls. Of course, he played almost the second half in Foshan with 4 fouls the other night. So they do not give it to McKinney as of yet. We'll keep an eye on that. Alexander rattles that one home somehow, some way. So 60-59 on the 3-point play. Boy, almost losing it is Spencer. Spencer with the right hand. McKinney, Alexander, and on McKinney. There's the screen. And losing the ball, but a kick. And a right call by the referee. So if he kicked the ball, nothing you can do about that. Fields with 20, leading all scorers. Actually, Spencer with 22 now.
Delvin Go with a really good show on the ball screen there. Stepped up. Mike McKinney loves to split that ball screen and go right down the middle, and Delvin Go did everything in his power to keep from McKinney getting back in that lane.
Okay, under 2 minutes to go. McKinney. Yu. Ung Han Bin on him. McKinney and Alexander, there's the screen. The mismatch rolling off the screen is number 11, Lay. Long 3 by McKinney's off the mark. Leaning way back on that attempt. There was nobody around him. Alexander, chance now for the Slingers to take their first lead in a little while. Wide open look. Desmond, oh, for three, no good. Right into the hands of DeWarwick Spencer, who had the lanes closed down. Spencer. Boy, some nervous hands right now. Way downstairs it goes. Alexander gets a hand on it.
And that saved the basket right there. Great hands by Xavier Alexander. Ryan Watkins was wide open underneath the rim for a dunk there. And Xavier had great hands to anticipate where that pass was going and get a touch on it and deflect it out of bounds.
So 1:15 to go here in the third quarter. Both these teams holding on for their lives, and why not? Winner goes to the semifinals. They'll play Hong Kong Eastern. That will be here if Singapore survives. Very much in doubt at the moment. Watkins. Fields on him, kick back outside, Lai, McKinney, Delvin Go, still Delvin Go. Here comes Alexander underneath. They got the mismatch they wanted to know. Blocked away by Ung Han Bin. What a defensive play by Ung Han Bin. Outlet pass. Back out to Fields. Alexander downstairs. He's got a mismatch there. Three players coalesce on him. Watch out. Ung Han Bin catch and shoot well short that time. Ball on the floor, picked up by Hu. Fields with it. 24-second violation. It'll be Macau ball.
What hustle by John Fields, but it is a wrestling match out there. The amount of physicality that's being let go right now is truly impressive, and the players competing at this level for the basketball is that you have to admire every single person on the court there right now.
Well, I would tend to agree with the referees. You want them to play, but again, you don't want anybody hurt, but especially the play downstairs. I mean, every time Watkins and Fields get the ball, they are totally wrapped up, and every time Xavier Alexander traipses through the lane, he has three players on him. It's obvious the strategy. They're not going to let the X-Man beat them. McKinney. Catch up around the screen goes Alexander. Still Alexander cuts off the corner. Watkins down low, turns, fires, way off the mark. Rebound by Delvin Go. Back comes Alexander. Singapore can play for the last shot here in the third quarter. Fields wants the ball. He's got Watkins on him. 7 seconds. Fields. Back outside. Alexander from Threesville off the mark, and that will do it. So the Bears, 5-point turnaround for them in the third quarter. They will take the lead going into the fourth quarter, 60-59. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 10 minutes to go here, and the winner will go to the semifinals. We'll be back at the OCBC Arena in a minute. Chuck Schreiner, Scotty McKinney, so happy you could join us. And John Fields and company. Fields, what a magnificent game he's had so far. 20 points, 13 rebounds on the other side. What about DeWarwick Spencer? 22, coming as advertised. Watkins and McKinney, 13 each. Xavier Alexander with 16, slowly starting to dominate on the offensive end as well. But Singapore, as you said, Scott, they've got to stop turning the ball over, and they've got to get Jaron Young involved in the offense. Or Jaron Young, more to the point, has to involve himself in the offense.
Yeah, and Jaron Young's back in the game now, and he's has that fine balance right now. He can't pick up his fifth, but he has to be aggressive. He's only taken 5 shots today, 4 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds, and that's very unlike Jaron Young.
And going right at Jaron Young with success. And down goes John Fields. I think he caught a finger to the eye, so back to a 3-point lead now. Fields still down, and that's one of those unfortunate things. You get a thumb or a finger to the eye and add to that the perspiration. And man, oh man, Fields in some discomfort right now, or is it his nose? So 3-point lead, and DeWarrick Spencer leading all scorers with 24. And you can watch him victimize Jaron Young right off the get-go. Young in the unenviable position. He can't really play that aggressive on the defensive end, and I think Ung Han Bin could have done a little bit more, slid over from the weak side position to help a little bit more, but had he done that, it might have been a charge anyway. So Fields will be getting some medical attention, and Scotty for Singapore, they're going to have to find some more weapons. Oh boy, there's some blood coming out of his nose.
Yeah, John Fields took a Jaron Young unintentional elbow to the face there, and so hopefully he's all right. 8 of 12 for the field today, 20 points, majority of them in the first half. He had 18 at the end of the first, so hopefully he can come out aggressive here once they clean him up and get him back in the game.
Let's see if Fields will stay in. No, I think he's going to have to go out and get some medical attention. So checking in will be Russell Lowe, the super sub. Had a tremendous game a couple weeks ago, Scotty, but let's see if we can get Fields back in there now. Advantage to Macau. They don't have to worry about the burly figure of John Fields downstairs. Ung Han Bin, Young. Kick back outside. Ung thought about it. Back over to Young again. Young, Alexander lurking on that left-hand side. 3 on the shot clock. Fields, or Young lets it go from 3. Yeah.
That's the Jaron
62.
Young.
That's the Jaron Young we were talking about.
Yeah, aggressive, confident, not hesitant, steps up and hits a massive 3-pointer to tie the game here.
Russell Lowe way up on DeWarrick Spencer. And trying to handle Watkins. He'll try and front him, dumping it downstairs. Watkins, oh boy, turns Russell Lowe around, but he steps on the, was that a foul? Or did he step on the baseline? Watch it again. Dumping it down there, and yes, that was going to be on Russell Lowe for holding on. He gets turned inside out, and there you go. There's the foul, leaning in.
Good job, Russell, to get that on the floor before Watkins went up towards the rim and had 2 foul shots.
So 1 minute gone here. Tie game at 62. 3-second, 5-second violation, I think they're going to say. So it'll be Singapore ball. The coaching staff saying 4 seconds, not 5. Leong trying to argue. The referee saying Singapore ball. So well.
Talk about the resiliency and perseverance from the Slingers again. If you would have told me that Jaron Young would sit out the entire 3rd quarter and John Fields would not be in for the start of the 4th and it'd be a tie game here, you'd have to be happy with them going forward here in the 4th quarter.
So Singapore downstairs, it goes to Young again. He does have a mismatch. Covering him is Leong, and a foul, and that'll send Jaron Young to the line for a pair.
Jaron Young, a momentum player, and now he's kind of get that ball back rolling. All he needed to do was see the ball go through the rim once, and look at this attack. Yeah. Tons of confidence and aggressiveness here.
Leong only 6'1". Jaron Young with a 5-inch advantage, taking advantage of that, so he'll go to the line for 2. Checking back into the game, John Fields with looks like some tissue stuffed up his nose.
And you want to talk about Warrior, Chuck. There's one right there. Less than half a minute on the bench, he's back into the game.
So Young, now he's got 6. Check that, 7. He hit the big 3, actually. First of 2, so Singapore sneak in front again, 63-62. When you talk about teams that are anti-mirror images of each other, one team that loves to get out in the open court and one team that will kill you from the perimeter. But I'll tell you, all bets off the board today. Remember, Macau had the worst defensive, or the 9th worst defense in the league, but not today. They have forced 21 Singapore turnovers, and they have done a lot of that work from inside. Oh boy, nice little lead pass, freeing up DeWarrick Spencer as he gets away from his marker. So 64 apiece now. Alexander down that left-hand side. Ung Han Bin trots into view. Now they'll switch. Young downstairs again, working on Spencer. Young, still Young. Alexander, the little one-handed rope to the basket for two, so 66-64.
You said it, Chuck. Getting Jaron Young involved in the game, getting him through the post. He makes a great read there, Xavier Alexander, and just having him involved is helping the Slingers here.
Well, I like the way they're posting him downstairs. Now, if he can just play within himself on defense. McKinney, wide open look from three. Yes, number 25. That is Liu Zihao, the CBA veteran, and the Bears with that 1 point lead again. That's what it was at the end of the third quarter. Downstairs it goes, holding on is Spencer. Spencer now with, in fact, that's his first foul.
Macau's 10th three-pointer made of the game today. So those percentages that we talked about, 26, 23 in the first two games, it's come back and they've made 10 to contribute to that, more than half of their, or almost half of their team's points.
Russell Lowe checking back into the game. He'll check in for Delvin Go. There's Young. Lowe very active, usually on the defensive end, offensive end. Alexander looking for somewhere to throw it. Boy, he's bailed out that time. A kick by McKinney. So Singapore, lucky for them, they'll get the ball back with 14 left on the shot clock. There's Russell Lowe. Alexander from the baseline will check it in. So bounce pass inside, and there's that mismatch again. Now they got you on him, actually, on Young. Here comes a double team sliding out, gets the ball over to Fields, who's outside. Now downstairs they dump it to Alexander, rises and fires from Twosville, no good. Watkins with the rebound. So opportunity now for McKinney and company to add to their lead. We dip it down around the 7-minute mark off the screen. Russell Lowe, now he'll go home with Watkins. Way off the mark that time. Nice interior defense by Singapore. Alexander free down the other end. Finger roll, can't get it to fall, but he's fouled.
Great attack by Xavier Alexander there to go to the rim and just missed the and one finish, but really good job realizing Liao's not as athletic as him and challenge him at the rim.
So that will go on Liu Zihao, and he exits the game. Liu had a pretty good game, 6 points. Really no choice there. You will take your poison, let Alexander rotate to the basket or put a hand on. Not much of a foul, but enough to draw the attention of the referee. So Alexander at the line for a pair can put Singapore back up with 6:58 to go here in the fourth.
Yeah, and on the other end, the Slingers are going to have to figure out how to defend this horns down action where they come off the ball screen and then they re-screen on the person who just set the screen. And so it's really difficult. They're getting either an open three or a dive to the rim, and the Slingers are going to have to figure out how they're going to communicate that defensively to stop it.
That's to tie it up. Remember, McKinney led the league in scoring. He's got 13. You know it's just a matter of time. He will have something to say about this game, Scott. 2 of 2, so Singapore with a 1 point edge. And around we go, fourth lead change. Ball in the hands of McKinney again. Alexander working him. Spencer with the screen. Young. Now he will draw McKinney. Let's see if they go back to him. Boy, getting a step back outside McKinney. Young dump down pass to Watkins. Watkins loses control of it. 4 on the shot clock. Watkins going to have to back up and shoot it. Can't get it to fall. Up in the air it goes. McKinney gets to it first. Fresh shot clock for Macau. McKinney and the reach-in foul by Alexander. Alexander, that'll be 4 on him.
Great defensive set by the Slingers, but to give up that offensive rebound, they contested the three. They chased Spencer off, it chased McKinney off, it guarded the ball screen well, and just to give that offensive rebound up it really kills the momentum as far as their defensive possession.
Second team foul by Singapore, but more importantly, Alexander with 4 fouls, Young with 4 fouls. Bumped off the screen there, McKinney getting the ball. Nice little hesitation move and back to a 1 point lead. Nice job there by Lai to hold up. Let the defender breeze by. Downstairs it goes to Young one more time. DeWarwick on him. Still Young, trying to turn the corner, gets it inside. Oh, beautiful look pass there. And nice job by Russell Lowe, lurking on the baseline.
You said the super sub with a little putback there, a little dump down there. Young's 5th assist of the game. Really nice to see him have a good fourth quarter here.
McKinney all alone, takes it to the basket, gets it to Watkins. Watkins rims it in, so 71-70. What do we have here? The other end.
John Fields stepped in the line there and out of bounds, and that's a tough call to make right now.
Yeah.
5:42 left here in the fourth quarter.
I think everybody on the Black Bears bench was watching every move that time, so not the time you want a mistake like that, but nevertheless it'll be the Black Bears ball. So Singapore called on to make yet another stop. DeWarrick, McKinney, Alexander, remember, playing with 4 fouls. He cannot chase too hard. Fields, nice job by Fields. Watkins. Spencer, still Spencer, turning Young inside out. Watkins from way downtown is going to be off the mark. Nice job by Singapore. And what do we have here? Down goes Spencer. Is there a foul? There is a foul. My goodness. Spencer will go the line for 3. Who was that on?
I called it John Fields in the push and be a side out of bounds here, but John, that was a really tough call down the end with 1 second left in the shot clock there. And to make that call to get another possession for Macau is,
so
I don't know.
No 3-point shooting attempt. McKinney again. Dumping the ball inside. Lai gets tied up by John Fields. John Fields is fouled.
Great job on the help side there by John Fields. Weak side comes over, strips the ball loose and recovers it.
So that will go on Watkins. Well, fumbling it just a little bit. Lai in a perfect world would have gone straight up with that ball, but he did fumble, giving Fields just enough time to get downstairs. But that's a 14th foul, actually. So Fields coming into play. Young again on that low post. Spencer, who he gets around. Spencer, yes! What a drop step move there by Young.
Jaron Young now with 11 points, 4-7. He's got a little bounce in his step, working through him in the post. Great move by Jaron Young.
Under 5 minutes to go. Around one defender, over comes Young. Jumper is no good. Underneath and a foul, and that will go on Russell Lowe.
Jaron Young with a really nice contest there, gets a block on Spencer, and the Slingers have to secure that rebound. They did such a good job to get that contest on Spencer. It has to be their ball in the defensive rebound.
Probably in a normal game, the officials might not let things go that they're letting go today. But as a result, we're getting two teams that are battered and bruised here with 4:44 to go here in the game.
Yeah, you said it, Chuck. 4:44 to go left here in the game. 1 point lead for the Slingers, and everything comes down to this: their execution, the details, all the work that you've put in, the habits that you've created this year. It's all going to come down in this last 4:44 to see who goes on to the semifinals to meet the Hong Kong Eastern Lions.
Okay, so at the line is Lai. He can hit them both. Black Bears will take the lead. Side rims the first one. So this to tie it up. Neither of these teams have been actually burning the building down with their free throw shooting today. There it is. So tied at 72. Back comes Alexander and company. Fields to his left. Young still on that low post, working against DeMarcus or DeWarrick. Turns back up. Can't get that to go. In fact, that was partially blocked by DeWarrick. Spencer, I think, a little bit ambitious there for Young. McKinney again, remember, playing with 4 fouls, as is Alexander. There's the screen. Picking him up is Desmond O. Nice job by O. Back to McKinney again. Back outside. Ooh, a long three. Going to be off the mark. And stepping in to pick it up is Young, and inexplicably lets it run off his fingers. So it'll be side ball for the Macau Black Bears. 4:07 to go here. Lai, McKinney. Lai is free off the screen down low. Russell Lowe comes in to pick him up. McKinney still yo-yoing down that right-hand side, trying to get Alexander up in a 24-second violation. Well, dribbling the ball too much. Pressure time in the playoffs, Scotty. There was no reason for that, not knowing how much time was left. And a lot of ball watching that time by Macau.
Great defense by Singapore there. Xavier Alexander up in McKinney's grill, forced him into 10 dribbles and a shot clock violation.
Entry pass again to Young as he turns. Fields, he's been hitting that all day. Not this time, though. The follow by Alexander. The tip again. Singapore up by 2.
Xavier Alexander, 22 now in the game. 6 assists, 8 rebounds. What a game from Xavier, just wheeling his team to try and get into the semifinals here.
Young trying to chase Spencer. Off the dribble comes Delvin Go. Spencer, he'll get in between him. Spencer rolls to the basket. Easy 2 for him. That'll tie it at 74.
He's so smooth, Chuck. 28 points now, and he has that change of pace dribble that allows him to get to the rim whenever he wants.
Young. And what do we have here? Foul going to go against Fields, I think. Maybe, or is it going to go against Spencer? No, that will go against John Fields. That will be 4 on him. So all the imports for Singapore mired with 4 fouls. So big, huge advantage for Macau going down the stretch. Let's see. Warwick Spencer causing that contact. Fields trying to reach in. Ooh, there's an offensive foul right in front of the referee, Lai Ka Tong.
And all you can ask from the referees is consistency, and that was exactly the same call they made on the possession before against Fields, and that's a great call by the official to make it consistent and make it fair.
So somehow McKinney's going to have to stay on the floor. Somehow Young, Fields, and Alexander are going to have to stay on the floor. There's the foul again. There it is, just the push. Moving screen in the old days, they would have called it. Young again, still Young. Yo-yoing down that right-hand side. The kick to Fields. Fields wheeling and dealing downstairs, and foul there on Watkins. Watkins now will have 4. Check that, 3 now on Watkins.
Really nice dive to the rim there by John Fields. They doubled down on Young in the post. Nice little bounce pass, and Fields was at the rim there.
So Fields a chance at 2:40 to put Singapore up by a pair. Deathly quiet here, as you would expect. Nails the first one. Shades of what we saw in the game in Macau. 2 evenly matched teams. Came down in that game, 0.8 seconds. McKinney with the finger roll on the floater inside the lane.
Couldn't have asked for a more exciting game today. Now the Slingers are 24 of 30 from the line, 30 foul shots, and that's kept them in this game and given them this 2-point lead going down the stretch here.
Back comes Spencer, and he has been the guy with the plan here in the 4th quarter. Young. Spencer nowhere to throw it to. Ball on the floor. Picked up by Alexander, and out of bounds it goes off Alexander. It'll be Macau Black Bears ball, and they've been getting to every 50-50 ball.
What hustle.
Nice hustle plays by both those teams, though.
Yeah, you said it, Chuck. 3 or 4 guys on the ground, they're diving for the loose ball, and you can see how much that possession means to both these teams and how much this game means to both these teams.
There it is, loose ball on the floor, and going forward is Delvin Go. Watkins touching it there. Alexander trying to get it back, but off his chest. Flitting out of bounds. Another look at it. So a little bit of housekeeping on the floor now, as you got to get that moisture up. Slingers have about the best floor in the league. It's the newest floor in the league, and very, very absorbent, but wet is wet, and you don't want players flying all over the place and leave that moisture on the floor. So 2:25. Spencer again, working on Young. Bounce pass through. Wow, that was a dangerous pass. Watkins now working against Field. 24-second violation.
What defense by the Slingers again. Another 24-second violation. Just their ability to close out, get a contest in the shot has rattled the Macau Black Bears in the last few possessions here.
So Singapore, very important possession now, and aren't they all? Timeout for Singapore, as they'll want to talk it over and look for possibilities occur when you can flood that paint area when Young gets the ball. And let's see if they go straight back to that. Again, they've had success with it. Yes, they do. So Young flying through is Alexander. Spencer again. Here comes Watkins. Back down to Young. Spencer again. Now he fronts him. Comes back up. Forces the ball. The tip again. Oh, who was that? Xavier Alexander.
And that's Alexander over the top of you. Yu's guarding Alexander right now, and that's 2 tip-ins in the last 4 minutes for Xavier for his 24th point of the game.
So 4-point lead. Spencer, still Spencer, flips the ball up, knocked out of bounds by Young. It'll be Macau ball with 1:42.
How about that?
Tiny bit of breathing room now for Singapore, Scott.
Yeah, the activity on defense, Chuck, has been so good, and you've mentioned this. When Singapore's active on defense, they're so successful, and they're all over there in the passing lanes getting contested shot, and they've really turned it up here in the fourth quarter.
Spencer to check it in to McKinney. Alexander on him. Doesn't want a foul. Oh boy, there's a push by Alexander, and that'll be the 5th foul and exit the X-Man. Wait a minute. Let's make sure before we say that. Alexander, I think. Xavier Alexander now out of the game, so the Singapore Slingers will have to survive the last minute 37 without their best player on the floor.
Xavier fouls out and the basket counts, so an and one goaltending on John Field, so a huge momentum shift here with 1:37 left.
Boy.
The leader, Chuck, of the Singapore Slingers fouling out.
You were wondering how long they could survive like that, so checking in the game will be Ung Han Bin. An opportunity now for the Bears to slide back to within 1. Alexander, he'll get a lot of votes for the MVP, and so will this guy at the line, Mike McKinney. Just to bring them to within 1, they can't do it. Rebound taken by Young, so let's see if Young will take over the point now. Young will have to be the point man for Singapore. See if he's up to the task. Down low he goes. Slight hitch. Fields back outside to Young. Young, inside it goes. Ung Han Bin for 2, no good. Fields with the rebound. Downstairs it goes to Delvin Go, who's tied up, and turnover. McKinney goes to the basket and 1, and there is your lead gone.
What a play, what a change of events. Delvin Go with a lot of contact, turnover, other end. Mike McKinney, the leading scorer, leader in the world import MVP conversation, to the rim for an and one. Now you have a tie game and a chance to take the lead with 1 foul shot here.
Well, right away, the absence of Singapore without Xavier Alexander making itself known, and a chance now for Macau to edge out ahead with 1:09. Does just that. So timeout by Macau. Singapore backs to the wall a little bit here. So the crowd trying to will them on, the Slingers with Watkins and the other members of their team. Get it over to Fields. Fields, Watkins on him, and back outside to Young. 9 on the shot clock. Young, still Young. Young inside he goes, gets it. No, he does not. The ball is free, and McKinney comes in with it. Under a minute to go, and back come Macau, Singapore has to have a stop right now. Spencer rotating the ball over to the left. 7 on the shot clock. They're looking for McKinney. Spencer off the dribble. Slides the ball over to the right. It's going to be short and 24-second violation, and Singapore will get it back with 30 seconds to go.
Surprisingly, they have Nathan Yu on Jaron Young again.
Back out to Young. He will be the guy called upon now, him or Fields. 12 on the shot clock, about 7 seconds differentiation, and Young finishes it up.
What a shot, Jaron Young. What resilience, what grit. 13 points and the potential game winner here with 17 seconds left on that pull-up coming off that ball screen. Jaron Young.
Young, as you said, Scotty, will be drawn on Spencer.
Yeah, and they got 5 shooters on the court now. They just subbed in Jenny Liang to try and not have that help on the ball screen. So 5 shooters out there for Macau.
So here we go. Season Desmond O, McKinney. 12 seconds. McKinney will try and break it down off the dribble. Still McKinney stops, pops for 2. Can't get it to fall. Rebound fought for. Off the mark it goes, and on the baseline it goes. It'll be Singapore ball with 1.7.
What a play. Jaron Young up there for the defensive rebound. And what can you say about him, Chuck, in the 4th quarter here? Mr. 4th quarter, Jaron Young coming through.
Jaron Young making the defensive play. Spencer shaking his fingers off. And what about the defense also by Desmond O?
Singapore Slingers with a chance to win the game here with 3.7 left on the clock.
Well, they do put 2 more seconds on it, so it's not going to be as easy as 1, 2, 3 for Singapore. They're going to have to inbound it and watch for the Singapore players to run away from whatever defensive pressure in. Now, talk about pressure. The inbound pass has to be good.
Yeah, and they put Ryan Watkins, the biggest guy on the court, on the inbound pass to try and get a lollipop or rainbow pass coming out of here so he can get in the passing lane and deflect it.
And they'll counter with Delvin Go. Delvin Go, this will be his season right here. He doesn't want to make any mistake about this pass. And Watkins trying some gamemanships right now with Delvin Go. So here we go, the whole season right here. Jaron Young, got to get it up. They do. Into the hands of John Fields. And let's see how many seconds. About 1.1 second pulled off the clock right there.
So John Fields heading to the line now with 2.6 seconds left on the clock. He's going to have a chance to put Singapore up here by 3 points.
So Fields, he'll need to hit at least one. Boy, oh boy, Scotty, we thought this would be close, but never in a million years would I think we'd be down the 2 seconds, a 1 point game. What a series this has been. Speaks to the grit of both these teams. Singapore, the 3rd seed. 5th seed, Hong Kong, or check that, Macau. So this for the marbles.
Short there. Let's see John Fields get his legs underneath this one and a really aggressive follow through to make it and get them up by 2 points.
2.6 seconds, an eternity in basketball. So got the second one, so 2.6 seconds and a timeout is going to be called by Macau. So they'll take the ball out at midcourt, and something, Scotty, they're going to have to go for the win here. I don't think they've got enough time to really So here we go.
What's Spencer coming to the top here? McKinney going to the corner.
Leong to throw it in. McKinney, still McKinney, fires up a long three. That's going to be off the mark, and the Slingers hold on. They will go to the semifinals. They defeat the Macau Black Bears 81-79. Pandemonium in the stands, pandemonium out on the court right now, and they do it without the X-Men. What a win for Singapore. Xavier Alexander has to be the most relieved player on the court now. Coach Fisher, what a well-played game for Macau, but it just was not meant to be. They made Singapore cough the ball up 22 times, Scott, and still get out of here with a loss. And for Singapore, holding their breath without Xavier Alexander. What about the play of Jaron Young in the 4th quarter?
Jaron Young was fantastic, and it's just perseverance from the Slingers. What a basketball team. What a season they've had so far. Every single time you think they're down, every single time you count them out, they rally. Whether it was Jaron Young picking up his 4th early in the 3rd quarter, whether it was Xavier Alexander fouling out with 1:37 left, this team has grit, and it speaks to their success and what a disciplined basketball program and club they have here in Singapore. And so congratulations to the Slingers. What a fantastic job they've done to move on to the semifinals here.
Yeah, and heartbreak for the Macau Black Bears. They gave Singapore all they could handle and more during the season. We thought last week Singapore a pretty easy win by 12 points over Macau, but all Macau did is reload. They got on their home court. They hung on like grim death in that last couple of seconds as Mike McKinney shuffled through the lane and got that winning shot, and they brought some of that enthusiasm back here to the OCBC arena. But Singapore at the end of the day, just enough gas in the tank to hold on and take this breathtaking win, 81-79, and they will be able to go into the semifinals, and they will play Hong Kong Eastern. And Delvin Go, what a defensive effort he had in the second half as well, Singapore. So let's watch the play of the day. Alexander, bounce pass back outside and inside to Delvin Go. Delvin Go on the little reverse, camps himself underneath, lets the defense go right around him. And look at the pass here by Young, another one of those patented no-look passes, and scooting right through was Watkins. Another look at it from a different angle. Delvin Go, tell you what, each basket was just as important as the other. So let's take a look at the stats. Scott McKinnon, check it out here, 15 assists to 15, 45 rebounds to 34, very, very important stat there. Turnovers 24 for Singapore, 21 for Black Bears. Yes, they did turn it over quite a bit in that fourth quarter, with Singapore really clamped down on defense. So uncharacteristically, Singapore turning the ball over. And in fact, Macau during the regular season only turned the ball over 8.6 times a game. So both these teams, a lot of energy on the court, and both these guys playing fast and loose. So from everybody here at the production department, for Scott McKinnon, this is Chuck Schreiner. Final score again here at the OCBC Arena. The Singapore Slingers 89, Macau Black Bears 79 or 81. The Singapore Slingers will take it by 2, 81-79. And Scotty, next time will be on the 12th here at the OCBC Arena. Singapore going against the Hong Kong Eastern basketball team. Scotty will be here with you. So for everybody here at the OCBC Arena, so long for now.